Good morning. You listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning, my guest is Jonathan Cohen, the president and CEO of Stanton Flooring. Jonathan, how you doing?
Great, Kemp.
Yeah, it's good to catch up with you. You've got several news items that we want to talk about. First, though, just a little background for my listeners. Obviously, most people know Stanton Flooring. Stanton used to be called Stanton Carpet, actually started by your dad, Cy. Then you have gotten private equity involved. Quad C had you a while, and now Dunes Point Capital. You've got headquarters up in Long Island area and production and warehousing facilities down in Calhoun, Georgia. And you've got kind of a make and source strategy with some of the things you sell, you make, and some of the things you source, right?
Yes, we pride ourselves, and I think it's a advantage for Stanton. We own the design process. We focus heavily on product assortment, product development, as well as servicing our customers and having plenty of inventory.
You were in the carpet business first, rugs and carpet. And when I say that, I mean, you have a breadth there. You have machine made, hand woven, upper end. You've got wool, you've got synthetic. So a wide range there. You're also in the resilient business. You call it DWF, decorative waterproof flooring. A little variation versus LVT. You're in that business. And now with this acquisition we're going to talk about in a second, you're in the porcelain tile business, right?
Yes, we are.
Well, let's talk first about something that I've been meaning to bring up. We do at Floor Focus our July issue, and it's called our retail survey. And the results in that retail survey, you did a sweep in the rug category, first place in all three categories, service, quality, and design. And, there's some major well-established brands in that space, so that's quite a coup for you. And even in the carpet business, you stepped up and were in all three categories in the top 5, but in third place in design. So retailers are seeing your designs and voting in favor of them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We pride ourselves on, again, owning that design process and product development and, introducing anywhere from 85 to 100 new products, in any given year. That's a core strength of the company, and I think customers recognize us for that. We're constantly trying to offer the market, great products. So we'll continue to do that for sure.
So let's see how all of what I've talked about is ringing the register. Tell us how business is doing.
In the big scheme of things, it's fine. It is moderating. We saw that in June and July, and that was an expectation, right? I mean, 2021 was a pretty strong year for ourselves and probably most other flooring companies. So with the expectation of business moderating at some point, I think we're finally seeing that. I don't think anyone knew exactly what form or shape precisely it would take. So I think everybody, us included, adjusting to that and trying to just focus on what we could do now while we're planning for the future. But in the big scheme of things, I think, the fundamentals are there and demand for the housing market. I understand some of the favorable economics aren't quite what they were, but we feel like in the big picture, it's pretty positive for us and for the industry.
Well, I mean, the demand for housing is there. Maybe it's a little more expensive right now. Maybe they won't last very long. Employment is super strong, and the consumer's balance sheet looks good. I mean, they've still got some cash. So we're hearing that while traffic has slowed down at retail, that there are certain sectors that are doing okay, and you play in one of them. I mean, the upper end, there's still some good business there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The upper end continues to do reasonably well. Our biggest competition right now is just people spending money on leisure and hospitality, where they weren't, or by and large weren't, for the past 2 years. So we're getting back into that balance that we had prior. We feel pretty comfortable about it, though, and just in terms of the housing market, what we have as a company, continuing to diversify. We're growing our hard surface business as well as the soft surface business.
Okay, let's talk about this acquisition. You've actually bought an importer distributor based in Pensacola, Florida, called Floors 2000. Tell us about that.
Yeah, fantastic team in Pensacola that will remain in place and will continue to have operations out of Pensacola for their product line. And for us, we've been looking for a while for different opportunities in hard surface and, and obviously in addition to our own organic growth. And Floors 2000 for us just fit the bill on several fronts. They have a terrific product line. Their primary revenue is in LVP and a smaller portion in porcelain tile. So it does a few things for us. It gives us a great complementary LVP product line to where Stanton sits, on the slightly higher end, and Floors 2000 sitting, slightly below that, but great styling, great price points. So we felt like that gave us a great opportunity there. In addition to that, they are currently servicing about an 8-state geography in the Southeast. So it definitely gives us an opportunity to grow Floors 2000 presence across the rest of the United States over time. And obviously, it gives us entry into the porcelain business, which we haven't been in before at all. So we'll continue to expand that as well. So great team, great person in Jason Jones, who's the former majority owner. Will continue to work with us for the long haul, as well as his whole team in Pensacola. Great folks down there. We're looking forward to it. We think there's some good synergies internally and on the sales side, and we'll continue to leverage that as fast as we can.
Yeah, this is interesting that you're diversifying into another category. And people who know Stanton know that you have a lot of brands in your stable. You mentioned that the Floors 2000 brand you're going to build, so you'll sell those products under that brand?
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll continue to ultimately build that product line, with the same concept that Floors 2000 has, prior to our involvement, which is that sort of, well-styled, value price point. And we think there's a lot of business there, of course. And together with Floors 2000, we'll help accelerate growth for sure.
Now, will you try to work together with them and make sure that some of your products match in the different categories and maybe have a blended offering in different surface types?
Yeah, I think that's possible. I think we're gonna explore how we could best leverage porcelain tile and LVP both. We'll do our best to leverage both brands and get the best synergies we can out of it, and provide customers with the best possible offering with great price and service and inventory to match.
Does Floors 2000 source porcelain from all over the world, or where do they get their tile?
They source some domestically, they source some from overseas, so it is a mix, and they have a really nice product line. As you know, porcelain tile is a little more sensitive on the shipping side than some other flooring products. So, as we consider that dynamic, but ultimately we will grow that business. They have a great team of independent agents that have represented the line for some time that continue to do a great job, and we think there'll be opportunities for for additional agents as we grow the business, perhaps some company people. We'll see.
Before we run out of time, I know you're a vendor partner with the NFA. They're meeting in a month or so up in Mackinac Island. So Stanton will be up there at that meeting as well, right?
Yeah, Stanton will be present at that meeting. We look forward to that. We had to be very disciplined. We can only get very specific shipment size, type, weight into Mackinac Island just by nature of where it is. Yeah, but we're looking forward to that show. We've been in the NFA for just about a year. That's going well for us, and we look forward to growing with the NFA. That should be a good show for us.
All right, Jonathan, it was good to catch up with you again. Been talking to Jonathan Cohen about Stanton's entry into the porcelain tile market with the acquisition of Floors 2000, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.